Michigan Stadium. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day. It's the Washington Huskies and the Michigan Wolverines. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to Hollywood with the latest on the weather.
It is a beautiful day, but I can tell you it is very cold down here on the field. I see a lot of players putting their hands by the heaters. There's a lot of heaters set up here on the sideline. We'll see how that impacts the game. Keep you posted from down here on the field. Back to you.
We'll see if they can handle the weather in this game. Washington likely to try to boot it deep to get things started. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. So the Michigan Wolverines offense will take the field first. And here's Andrew Marsh. This is the guy the entire passing game is built around. He is a big play waiting to happen.
And what a treat, man. We get to see an elite wide receiver, a master at his craft perform today. And obviously, nobody in the seats are surprised, right? Because this university continually pumps out guys at the spot. But, Jesse, I love the way this dude performs. I'm excited to watch him live.
You know, it was amazing. The three of us were walking around the facility yesterday, and you're just seeing all the names of receivers and all the memorabilia and the jerseys and the Biletnikoff Awards. The tradition of the position at receiver at this school throughout college football history has just been elite, and this guy is the next one.
Trying to make magic on the scramble. Slides to the ground after picking up the first. Great play on second and short. And this center downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. The run inside. It's Marshall. Let's take a minute to talk about Michigan. They've climbed into the top 15, reached a little bit of a checkpoint, haven't they? Playoff is 12 teams. But it's right about this range that people start tuning in to see what you can do, to see if you're the real deal. Isn't that right, David?
Yeah, and cheering against you, right? Like a lot of times because their teams are doing well or competing with you. But let's see if this squad can build on the momentum. Starting to get some momentum, some love. Now, Jesse, how do they handle it?
I'm excited to see how this team is going to finish, too, because we know they've got talent. They've got guys that can take the game over. The question I have now moving forward, can they do it on the biggest stages? And today, it's about as big as it gets.
Here's Underwood to throw. It's dropped after taking the hit.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Be interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again.
Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Bryce Underwood from the gun on 3rd down. Tight coverage and an incomplete pass. The defense knocks it away and forces a 4th down. And the Wolverines will send out the punt unit. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Making sure there's no return on that one as the punt sails out of bounds. The Huskies offense will come out to go on the attack for the first time. And here comes DeMond Williams. Led his team to a win, throwing 4 touchdown passes the last time out. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Looking for running room. Uh-oh, look out. There he goes. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
And, David, we know when you're playing on the road how important it is to try and steal momentum early and quiet the crowd. You gash the defense with a run like that to pick up a big 1st down, that'll do it. And that's really a tone setter, I think, for this offense. And you're sending a direct...
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And this is going to be the matchup for this defense all game long. Containing the QB speed, because he can get out and he can roll. Nice Nice job early in this football game, judging his speed, getting out there, getting the sack, and most importantly, getting a hit on him early in this football game so he can physically feel you, and those hits can start to add up throughout a football game.
Complete on third down. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. Washington sends out the punt team. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. Fields the punt. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Long way to go on second down. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Marshall. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
Really good coverage by this defense. They were aware of everyone on the field and including the running back. A lot of times those guys get lost in the shuffle, but they saw him. They knew the ball was going to him. They braked on it, did a good job, and got in his face just enough to cause him to lose some focus and drop that football.
With the catch, it's Buchanan. He's down right there, short gain on the grab.
The quick passing game does several things. One, it doesn't let the pass rush get you. Those great defensive linemen, the ball's coming out so fast they can't get there. And then what else? It gets me ahead of the sticks. I don't have to worry about getting in long yardage and predictable situations.
Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down. They're getting to the line quickly and staying out there on fourth down. Bryce Underwood to throw for it on fourth. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Defense trying to take it back.
Man, you know, sometimes ball carriers just have to know when the fight is over. And this guy, he's trying to drive. He's low to the ground. He's doing everything he possibly can to get the first down. But, David, he got a little bit careless with that ball security there.
Yeah, and listen, I'm okay with it when it's fourth down. Like, fourth down and goal, and I got to reach that ball. First down, second down, I can't fumble. But right there, if I'm stretching the ball and I'm trying to get it across that plane, so be it. I don't know if he was going to get it anyways, but big play by the defense, big stop. Now your offense gets to go right on the field.
And the Huskies have it with a first and goal. Left side, it's Moss. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he stopped right there. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, and so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go. So this offense, David, they've got to get something going.
Yeah, those turnovers can be contagious, man. They get you excited, and then when your offense takes it down the field and does something with it, this offense better be ready to play against a motivated defense.
The Wolverines can really attack on this second and short. Fights off a defender. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Right back to the well. Stuffed almost in his tracks, but strong enough to pick up one to the 35.
A A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
And that's absolutely going to be one of the keys to this football game. Keep the rabbit in the cage, man. Don't let him get outside that pocket, start bouncing out wide. That's where he'll do a lot of his damage with all that speed. That is a big key for this defense. Great job here early in the football game.
Going for the big play. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. Quarterback decides, let's think this 4th down play over, and he calls a timeout. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. Second time today they've been forced to punt. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he's stopped. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Breaks into the open. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down. They'll need to show urgency to get another play off before the clock hits 0. We've reached the break. Bow down to your leaders, Washington. And we've come to the end of one. And let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the 2nd quarter. They've got a 1st down here to open the period. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Could not make his way to the corner. They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Motion from the wideout. Williams. They're all over it. Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could. More than 100,000 making their presence felt. A huge 3rd down here in the big house. Here's Williams. Got his man. Offenses gain momentum with 3rd down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25. The Huskies come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Williams looking for a man. Setting up the screen. Gain of right at 7 yards. 2nd and 3 coming. After the 7-yard completion, it's now 2nd and 3. Leaves it in his belly. And he stopped right there. No gain on the play.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you. I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense. Showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
Lined up in the gun. Williams on 3rd down. Got it. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Lining up for the PAT. A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I'll tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. Underwood. He's going to take off. Slides to the ground, picks up the 1st down, and avoids the hit. And the Wolverines racing to the line in the hurry-up.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get push up front and establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
Finds the tight end. Oh, he's got some space. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. The Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs.
Every drive is obviously important, but now that you've dug yourself a hole, this offense, they need to score here. Like, before the half, they need to move this ball down the field. Nice job in the passing game. Got to put a few together. Need to get some points to cut into this lead right before the half.
The last completion got him 6. Now it's 2nd and 4. He'll be dragged to the ground, but it'll be a first down. And the Wolverines pounded the rock to move the sticks now back to work.
Really nice run there, picking up the first down. Now they're right back up to the line of scrimmage, ready to go again.
Out wide left, it's Marshall. He'll be forced out of bounds. Big pickup on the play, and they'll mark him down at the 28.
Well, this team found themselves in a hole really quickly. Good things need to start happening, and they got to happen now. There's a big play that the offense desperately needed. A big pitch and catch. That's going to give them some confidence. That hopefully shifts the momentum their way a little bit. They've got to cap this off now with a touchdown cut into their opponent's lead.
He'll take it himself. Tough to run it this deep in the red zone, and he found nothing at all that time. A run for the quarterback. He cannot get it in. A mere inches away from pay dirt.
This is the most important part of the field. What you did to get down here means nothing. Nice job by this defense, staying confident, staying aggressive, and forcing the third down again.
And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Wolverines! And after the extra point, they cut the lead in half, down 14-7. So it's a 77-yard touchdown drive, and it was closed out by the short yardage touchdown. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Huskies offense out there and ready to go. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. Williams on the play fake. Fires to the middle. He's got it. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
Really nice looking pass there. You think about all the great Washington quarterbacks, right? Warren Moon, the Heward brothers, Mark Brunell, Jake Browning. The greatest quarterback name in college football history, Sonny Sixkiller. That guy was throwing seeds at the University of Washington. And this dude right here, putting on his best Sonny Sixkiller impersonation.
And he stopped, but not before he moves the chains. Pickup of 12 on that one. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. Nice play by the defense to jar that one loose.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Left side, it's Moss. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Williams desperately trying to cut through the noise. He'll pull it down and run. Took care of it himself. He's finally shoved out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and a big pickup on that one. Down to the 23 for this 1st and 10. From the gun, plows through the defense. Getting work done on the ground. He's pulled down at the 14-yard line. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. To give to the back. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
And this drive, this offense is really focused on physicality, man. Running the football. Look at right here, right up the gut. Nice play. Nice job just controlling the line of scrimmage, putting a drive together. This offense really doing a good job right now.
Now down to the 12-yard line. It's first down. They'll run it. They get him down, but he was driving his way and gets it down to the 7-yard line. Timeout called by the Huskies. That's their second. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Williams unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies. Got it right in the heart of the end zone.
You know, there are so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with a lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
And let's finish this half now. And now we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time. So get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
So here comes the Michigan offense. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
They'll send the tight end in motion. Throwing, Underwood. Snags it. Gets it out across the 40. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 42 as this offense trying to put together a good drive.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Moving the pocket, it's Underwood. He'll try to do it himself. Inside the 45. They mark him out of bounds at the 42, and they're on the move. The Wolverines headed quickly to the line. Fresh center downs going to the air. Throws quickly. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Michigan wants to stop the clock. They'll use a timeout. It's their second. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. And the Wolverines with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Here's Underwood to throw. Complete. He's right there to stop him, but the quick throw and catch enough to give them the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Drops back on first down. Still looking to his right. Trying to make magic with his feet. He's finally stopped, but a big play there with his feet as he moves those sticks. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. They'll throw it from the red zone. Here comes the heat. Going for 6. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, week 12, almost zero margin for error. Just the way we like it here on the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We start with Tulane taking on the number 17 team, the North Texas Mean Green. And it's the Green Wave coming away with a blowout victory in what looks like a major upset. Expect major changes in the polls this week. And that's now 4 W's on the season. This one could be a confidence builder, not only in the context of this season, but also what that group of underclassmen can do down the road. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now. Now over to your game inside the Big House. So far today, the most dominant player on the field has been that DB. Pass breakups, shutting down one side of the field. He's been a one-man wrecking crew, and he's played a big part in this halftime lead.
Just unloaded on that kickoff. Don't have to worry about a return on a kick like that. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Big noise, big house, trying to rile up this Michigan defense on third down. Here's Williams, looking for a big play. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down. Washington sends out the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Catches it cleanly at the 20. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. So they get the ball back after the defense forces a punt, and I'm sure they tried to make some adjustments at halftime after a little bit of a rocky first half. Running backs on either side of the quarterback. They'll send the back in motion. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Rolls right. Going to try to get it himself. Turns it on in midfield. He's into plus territory, knocked out of bounds after the nice game, mark it at the 47.
This has been a real fun game to call, guys, because we've got two quarterbacks that are getting it done on the ground. Both of these guys have had tremendous success. That time the defense wasn't in position. They weren't able to rally to him early enough, and you kind of get the feeling moving forward, whichever defense figures out the other running quarterback first, that's probably the team that wins.
Second and long here. Making the adjustment. To the air, it's Underwood. Rush right in his face. This time he's got it.
The number one goal as a defense is try to hit the QB as many times as possible. Try to rattle him, try to get him flustered a little bit. Nice job of getting there, getting the hit on him, but nice job of executing by the quarterback. Taking the hit, delivering the strike.
Still looking. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming.
You can sense the frustration building on the field and on the sideline for this team because on paper, they're the better team. From a player standpoint, from a record standpoint, things just not going their way in this game. And some
catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. Dragged to the ground, but not before. He's converted a fourth down to keep the drive going.
Well, this quarterback has a ton of confidence in his wide receivers to win one-on-one, and you're not going to get a bigger opportunity to prove that than on that fourth down. That was a throw vertically down the field. Not an easy one to complete. He just knew where his guy was going to be and when. Stuck it right on him, and they keep the drive alive.
They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. 2 of their 3 red zone trips have come up empty. They'd like to punch it in here on second. Touchdown, Michigan! And after being in a huge hole, they're all the way back, just one possession away. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They still have the lead, but they need to respond to that last score. Bunch formation for these receivers. Trying to establish the run. Got the first down. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. And the Huskies just got that huge run. They'd love another explosive play. Here's Williams to throw. Got him downfield. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. They'll decline the penalty here, and the result of the play stands. The offense lining up for a first down play. Motion from the wide receiver. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
Hauls it in. Tough, physical, hard-nosed running gets it to the 34. Using him out of the slot, he has just been unstoppable.
And I love putting dynamic athletes in the slot that I can move around, that I can put in motion, that I can make him go in or out. I can put him off the ball so you can't get hands on him, and they've really featured this guy today.
Max got it on the screen. He is stopped well short of the first down, but they are still in field goal range, assuming they send the kicker out there. Now it looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. And this one splits the uprights. And now the lead is even bigger.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
The Michigan offense heads out to get this drive started. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
Making the adjustment on the play. Underwood fires to the tight end. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. The Wolverines come to the line trying to find a way to convert on third and very short. They get him on the ground, but it'll be enough to pick up the first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one.
Oftentimes when offenses get a first down, that's when they like to speed up the tempo, and you're seeing them now go hurry up.
They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Knocked down immediately, but a big gain down to the 45. We talk a lot about Michigan building its offense around the running game, but they've always had an effective quarterback who can make plays down the field.
And I think some people hear effective, Reese, and take that as an insult, right? Like, I don't want to hear about my quarterback being effective. I want him to be explosive. I want him to be dynamic. But Michigan doesn't really have those guys most of the time at that quarterback spot. But when they find those good ones, they have great seasons.
Hauls it in. Able to haul it in, but right to the ground he goes. Only a pickup of a couple.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
Lined up in the gun on third down, Underwood. Quickly out to the tight end. Offenses gain momentum with third down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25.
And it's on third downs like this, if you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Wolverines! And the comeback is on.
Hey, man, I don't know what they talked about at the half, man, but this team is rolling, doing an unbelievable job getting the football, putting it in the end zone again. And how about the defense doing their job, Palmer? Momentum is crazy in college football, but here in the second half, they've come out and seized it.
Yeah, this has been a master class in complementary football. Offense doing their job, the defense getting off the field, giving it back to the offense, everything going their way, and you're right. In college football, we see momentum shifts all the time. All of the momentum, all of the good juju right now, clearly on their side.
Throwing, Williams. Right side, it's Moss. Got 6 yards on the play, 2nd and 4 coming. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Williams will pass. Looking for a deep man. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers and he couldn't hold on. Final play of the quarter coming. 3rd down from the gun, Williams. Finds the big tight end. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this 3rd period. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. And he go back to work in the final period of this one. Working the ground game.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Long way to go on 2nd down. Williams throws for the tight end. Makes the grab. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be 1st down. This Washington offense moving quickly down the field. Wants to throw on 1st. Finds his tight end. They flexed out that tight end a little bit, and you know the tight end's always open.
Always open. Quarterback's best friend. And this guy's a problem, Reese. He's a matchup problem because he's too big for DBs to cover, and he's too fast.
And it's intercepted. A huge 4th quarter play for this defense. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. Wolverines offense heads out, ready to go on the attack. What a costly mistake and what a big play by the defense to get the football back on the interception. And now this offense can drive down and take the lead. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the ground, he's got it again. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a 1st down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Throwing, Underwood. Out wide left, it's Marshall. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
And we've seen him do it by land, right? They've been handing him the football. He's been finding space, making some plays, and now he does it by air. They find him, throw him the football, proving to be a dual threat. This is a guy they like to feature in this offense because he'll continue to make big plays.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Through behind his pad. Touchdown, Michigan! And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
Great example of complementary football there. First, the defense comes away with the takeaway, and then offensively, you go to the ground game, being physical at the point of attack, running it in for a touchdown, and now you have the lead with not a lot of time left. They've now put all the pressure back on their opponent.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Washington offense to start this possession. All wideouts, no backs. Williams Williams. Out wide right, it's Coleman Williams. They'll give him 4 on the pickup. It's 2nd and 6. After the 4-yard completion on first down, now it's 2nd and 6. From the gun, the ground game. Still on his feet at the 40. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
And man, this is more of the same for this dude toting the pill. Like, they keep giving it to him, and he keeps producing. Another chunk play. Like, I don't expect that they'll change much to do with this offense, because every time they give it to him, he's chewing up some yards, and good things are happening.
Williams looking for a man. They'll flip it out to the back on the screen. Tried to set up the screen, and the defense wasn't having it.
You know, you got to be careful as a QB throwing to your running back in man coverage. If there's a linebacker draped all over him, then that ball's not going anywhere. And you just saw it right there. Better play by the defense.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
He picks up the first down, brought down, but not before he put that dude in a blender. Washington coming to the line with another first down. From the gun, the running back has it. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on first down.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. They give it back to him. And he's swallowed up immediately. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
And I can't tell you how much I love seeing corners being willing to come up and tackle. That is so huge for a defense. You can't olay blocks and create space. You can't just hang out on the outside. You got to go set that edge.
And conversely, I can't tell you how much I hate it when receivers don't want to block. You got to do a better job on the perimeter. It's not going to be enough in this offense just to catch passes. You got to go execute your assignment. That corner should have been blocked, and they should have gotten a bigger gain on that outside run.
Now the Wolverines call a timeout. It's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. And he got it! And they draw to within 3 here in the fourth quarter.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. Here's Underwood to throw. He's got it down the middle. Timeout called here on defense, so they'll have a couple remaining in addition to the 2-minute stoppage to try to maximize time and get the football back.
And I love when my quarterback sees zoned and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
To the air, it's Underwood. Rushes on. He's sacked. This defense all over him. So they'll use a timeout here. 1 more remaining, and of course the 2-minute stoppage coming up as well.
And that's a better job by this defense. That's exactly what they've got to start doing more. He's had a lot of success on the ground. It's apparent he will take off and move. So how do we keep him in the pocket? Get him behind the line of scrimmage, fluster him a little bit, and don't...
Makes the grab and room to run. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40. They'll use a timeout on defense here. That's their final one. The clock stops just once more at the 2-minute mark. Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. The handoff, keep working on that clock. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down.
And after that negative play on offense with the lead late in the game, I think there's still ways that you can be creative and run the football, but not be so obvious. So zone read type plays, fake dives and pitches to the running back to get him outside, jet sweeps. You can find other ways to keep the clock moving, even though the defense knows you're going to run it.
I'd expect we're going to get another dose of the running game at this point, even though it's 2nd and 11.
Blue 85.
Michigan wants to stop the clock. They'll use a timeout. It's their second. And they'll still have one timeout left at their disposal. They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Got there right as the ball did. Jarred it loose. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Third and long, a lot of ground to cover. Back to throw, it's Underwood. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. And the Wolverines will bring the punt team onto the field. They boot it away. Not a lot of room to make this catch. No room to bring it back. They'll get this drive started from the 29. Here's Williams to throw. Fires quickly.
And that is perfect job by this defense. Like, you can give up those little small gains all the way down the field. The clock is your friend. You don't want to give up big plays. Don't want to give up those first downs and just make that clock run.
Turns it upfield. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
He'll throw it. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
This really has been a masterclass by the quarterback with decision-making, right? We've already seen him throw multiple touchdown passes in the game. He's understood when to take his shots and when to throw it away when things aren't there, like on that last play.
Looking to the big tight end. Finds space on the right. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play. So this is going to be rife with drama and overflowing with pressure on this field goal try. Timeout is called and the clock is down to 8. This kicker is already 2 for 2. Make the magic number 3 and everybody's celebrating tonight. He got it! A huge field goal and they've taken the lead in the waning seconds.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Good way to start off your season, right? Like, what do you have at the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one yet. Been very dependable for this squad.
It comes down to this. One more snap left in this game. If they get a touchdown, they can find a way to win it. Underwood. He wants a big play here late. Last pass falls incomplete, and that's going to do it. With the win today, they're now bowl eligible, and that's certainly worth celebrating, at least to some degree, wouldn't you say, guys?
Yeah, listen, at the start of the year, there are a lot of goals that get put up on the blackboard. Reaching a bowl game is one of them. So now you can go ahead and check that off. But if you're this football team, you're not celebrating that tonight.